searching the dark side of the mountain. Through my bones and hair and blood, words rise and cold snatched from my mouth to sink them into the cold black mud.
Hi everybody, welcome to ZealZaddy. My name is Scott, my pronouns are he, him, and this is Old Gods of Appalachia, tonight's episode, The Howlers. You can follow us everywhere at ZealZaddy or at ZealZaddy RPG on TikTok. I have started posting a little bit there. It's horrible, don't worry about it. You can check out our D&D supplements and Cypher supplements for urban campaigns on DriveThruRPG. Just look up ZealZaddy. Additionally, you can use the clip command. It's !clip to clip a scene. It'll hold it for us, and who knows, maybe I'll use it in something later in the week. The opening and closing music is by OBP Musical, and it was composed by Nico Rhodes and sung by Melody McClellan. That is a hard name to say, that McClellan name. Every week I'm surprised I get it out. And Old Gods of Appalachia is a horror campaign that may contain suitable what a day. Old Gods of Appalachia is a horror campaign that may contain material not suitable for all audiences. So listener discretion is advised. We come into this world screaming and kicking, making our first fuss. For most of us, leaving ain't much different. But there are exceptions. Some don't even know they left at all. But kindness and hard work don't keep you from the grave. Then there's the matter of howling. Temporary possession of the good kind. You accept the incursion by a spirit into yourself so you can share time, a thrilling boon for both when handled correctly. The living get a question asked and meet haints from the past, sometimes even family. The haint gets a chance to feel again, to experience sensation and breathe and human touch. And when handled right, it's perfectly safe. Of course. And now it's Christmas week, of course, so the kids are out of school and the mines close early for the next few days until it closes for good for a couple of days for Christmas and the day after. Of course, the winter cold is locked tight on the ground. There's no snow falling now, but it's cold enough to keep it from melting. And in the shadow of the mountain, cold enough to kill those without fire warmth. Let's bring everybody in. Let's get to meet everyone. All right. Got everybody here. Love seeing all the windows filled. It's my favorite side of all. Why don't we start with Gus?
Hello. I'm Michael. You can find me online on the socials for @RoboSardy on Twitter and Instagram. I do art and animation, but today I'll be playing Angus Bell, one of the oldest people here in Guilty Hole. And one of these days, I'm gonna give those kids their just desserts.
They'll get them, of course. Let's go with Zebediah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Blake. I'm playing Zebediah Allen, son of a preacher who, maybe snakes aren't so bad. Like, maybe sometimes you guys gotta listen to a snake every now and then. It might do some good, so who knows? But yeah, that's Zebediah Allen.
All right, let's go with Albie.
Hey, everyone. See, it doesn't sound right, does it? What's up, travelers? My name is Morgan. I'm with My Flayed Mondays. My pronouns are he, him. I am a professional dungeon master, and I have several people that work with me that are also professional dungeon masters. Check out our stuff at myflayedmondays.com. You can find me on socials everywhere at myflayedmondays, except on Twitter. It's at myflayedmon. We also have content out there on the DMs Guild, and we have products that you can buy on Amazon.com, Redbubble, thank you, Tiffany, and also now Twitch. So check it out. I am playing Albert Duty, and he is a returning from war veteran along with Gabe, and finding out just recently that his youngest sister might be doing some bad things. So we're going to be dealing with that hopefully pretty soon here.
All right, let's go up to Thea.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Theodosia or Thea, and she's a 17-year-old female who was born into a wealthy home and was training to go to medical school, but then her daddy found out something about her and tossed her out. Thea doesn't know what's going on, but she knows she's on her own, at least until Angus Bell decided to scoop her up. So now she's living with Angus Bell and learning how to be an adult and applying her medical skills. As for what I do, Tiffany, I run my own campaign called Dungeon Damsels. Michael's also in that one. It's a very long campaign, so if you want like that kind of type of commitment, you can find us on YouTube and podcasts.
All right, and let's go with Gabriel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Grimm. You can find me everywhere on the socials at empathic_Grimm. I am a game designer and starting next week on getting TikToks up for reviews of indie published games. So keep your eye out for a TikTok going up for that. Other than that, I am playing Lieutenant Gabriel Henry Crow, also just returned from the Great War. Who is also figuring out that his own sister might be involved in less than appropriate things. And much like I'll be hoping to soon get to the bottom of that aspect. Happy to be here and looking forward to keeping on.
All right, and Ashley.
Right. Hi, everybody. My name's Natalie. I use she, they pronouns. Find me most places on the internet with Ghost Candle or Ghostly Candle on Twitch and YouTube. I'm an artist, variety streamer. I do lots of things. And when I'm not being me on the internet, I am here being Ashley Crane, he, him, who revealed some stuff last time, has regrets of his past that haunts him, and now he's letting himself expose it. What other secrets may still be in the Stoic Man, well, we may soon discover. But that's Ashley.
All right.
It's so crazy to see Natalie use that voice with that mustache.
It's fantastic.
I love it, though. I love it.
It's Ashley's real voice. May have sealed your secret.
It's
Just
great
kidding.
every time.
No, his real voice is super high.
That'd be the best. Just like really big dude. Hey, everybody, let's fight.
Let's go!
So we're going to start off with the first cutscene of either Old Gods of Appalachia campaigns that I have used, which I never use cutscenes, but this one is going to be interesting. So, a tall, blue-skinned man slides out of the creek bed by a small row of boats, where the ice is thin, breaking it from underneath. He looks over his own body with some broken fingers and torn up clothes, his hair gray coming out his ears and nostrils as bushy as on his head. In the distance, there's the smoke of chimneys silhouetted in the night. He grins from ear to ear, almost literally, as his hand rings the handle of the oar. He steps forward with the crunch of a broken leg that bends backwards. He ignores it and just walks forward with a weird gait. And the night runs on. And we left off with all of y'all leaving Mishard's house, having perhaps an epiphany that maybe Mishard is not fully alive. Maybe.
So,
And I think the plan was, so we're going to, I think Gabriel and Zebediah were going to talk to him later on in the evening, but right now we're just, well, that reminds me, I don't think,
there was another
since we got some
witch.
time. I need it.
Which in town?
Gazzy Smile.
Yeah.
Yazzie Smythe. We were planning on.
But
Did you what?
Well, did I tell you guys about the dream that I had? I wrote it down, but I don't know if I was able to tell you guys because you guys left in a hurry. But maybe we can talk about it later, though. It's I think
We
it's
can
gonna
talk
be
about it
important,
on
but-
our way to. If you have a dream to share with us, we can talk about.
we still got to walk to Gazzy's from where we're currently at.
I did drop in Discord. It is there.
Exactly. I was gonna say. I was like, you guys just no, I got you. I was like, yeah, because I'll keep it simple, kind of.
What happened?
So as we're walking, I'll regale it to you guys, and you guys can see in a lovely chat there. But I'll regale the story as we're walking together of the main points that I had that from the dream. Yeah. So it was, yeah, like I said, I've been having them for dreams like it for a little bit now. So but
You have any ideas to what it could be foretelling for you?
I can't say that I've really tried to dig into them really deeply before, but with everything going on, I feel like there's something there I may be missing, so I'll look on it more, but just so y'all aware too of
Yanni
what's
might
been,
not be the person. Yanni might not be the worst person ever to ask about that either.
yeah, they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I mean, I guess now he works through snakes, so learn.
In the distance, there is the puff of smoke and the sound of a large machine coming down the tracks. It is, of course, a little bit early, but today is the day when, well, Ashley knows, this is the day when the population of Guilty Hole about doubles from all the people coming in for Christmas from afar. So this train is the very rare train that is filled only with passengers.
Are we walking down the tracks?
You're walking
Or like-
towards the tracks. It is
Okay.
You're down the street quite a ways from the actual tracks at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where you wanted to go from here.
We were
the
heading.
Gazzies?
Gazzy's. Okay,
Yeah,
so Gazzy's
Gazzy's
actually on
fast.
this side of the tracks so you're on the same side of the tracks.
Okay.
So you walk about halfway back, and there's a street or not a street, a dirt road that kind of turns off to the left. And anyone who has lived here for a little while knows that is the entryway to Gazzy Smythe's mansion. It's called
Yep,
that.
I think
Of
that's
course,
the way we
it
need
ain't a
to go.
mansion like Love's mansion. It's more like a mansion by like someone who has 4 or 5 rooms instead of 1.
Comparatively to the Crow House.
Yeah.
Have I ever met Gazzy as a wooden? I don't think she showed up.
I don't believe you've ever met Gazzy. Gazzy
Okay,
is kind
fine.
of Gazzy does not like wealthy folk in general.
Mm-hmm.
She acts as a midwife quite a bit and occasionally a diviner and all that kind of stuff.
Would I know anything about?
Yeah, you know
Gazzy, but-
Gazzy. Gazzy's old, been around a long time, has brought many of the babies in town into this world, helped women out that suffered from the loss of a baby, helped families out from the loss of a mother, has used healing things from plants, kind of like Antipavati.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them are quite a lot alike, but you actually do know her.
Scott, would I maybe when I was younger, learning from my mamaw, have met her as well? Because my mamaw was with them as well. I would say they were like all doing the same kind of stuff.
You had younger siblings?
I have an older
Yeah.
brother and a younger sister,
Yeah.
but I feel like
Yeah.
maybe learning
You for
kind
sure
of
would
thing.
have met at least once or twice.
Yeah, I probably haven't seen her since I was little.
Angus, you also know that Gazzy is quite a horseback rider. has horses that almost sense her wants and needs.
Yeah. That's the road we need to go down. Isn't that right, Gus?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's right.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll be able to help. I mean, from what I remember, she's a very genteel woman. Been very kind to Guilty Hall.
You know, let's hope she has some answers.
And you head down the dirt road to her house, and it's even this road's quite a bit of a walk. But as you get near the end of it, you see a couple of horses at the end of the road. No one on them or anything, just sort of staring at you and huffing cold smoke from their noses.
But hands out. Oh, there. Just here to see your mistress, your lady.
You talk. Wait, you just talk about.
Are they behind a fence or something, or are they just
Nope.
grazing?
No, they're grazing in the
Oh,
yard.
Grayson. Okay.
Grazing. Are they like used to people?
You don't know. You can let them in. You can let them in. That's old Gus over there. Oh my God, Gus. And you hear this old lady start coming down the stairs, using a cane, to support herself as she comes down. I cannot believe that old man is coming down my road.
Old Auntie Smith.
And she comes out towards all y'all, and the horses part on their own. And she comes up, and the first thing she does is gives Gus a big hug. Well, Mr. Gus, what is going on that you have come all this way to see lonely old me? And you brought company?
Yeah, we've got a lot to discuss. If you haven't noticed, there's been a lot happening to our little happy home.
Well, I kind of stay in my own home most of the time. I do not go wandering into the town down that often. Well, come on in. I hope y'all would like I could give you some water or tea or lemonade, whatever you like. I'll make
Don't worry. We'll take any mess you're willing to part with.
All right. Come
You're
on in. Come
kind
on in.
enough just to let us in.
She walks up, and her house is a pretty big house. It looks like a really old house that's just well maintained. Like it's family wealth that's been there for a while, but not like the Loves kind of rich. It doesn't feel new or odd. It feels actually very welcoming and warm. There's a fireplace. As soon as you walk in, there's a fireplace off to the left. To the right, there's a round table with a bunch of chairs. Come on back. Come on back. Come into the kitchen. Let me make something up while y'all make yourself comfortable. So, are you going to introduce me to all these? I know you, Albie, and I know you, Gabriel. I do not know. I have not been blessed with the company of the other three.
Man.
Blessing you
This
with it
is-
now, man.
This is Ashley. This is Zebediah, and this is Lady Theodosia Wooden.
Zebediah.
I actually have a blessing. You haven't met me yet because I work at the help out at the graveyard. So I'm glad I haven't seen you before.
You work out at the graveyard. Well, that's an important job. Maintaining the lives of the dead is quite a business, and it takes the right kind of soul to do. Much
Zebediah
respect.
is quite the preacher.
And a
Let's
preacher.
give Gus a look. Let's give Gus a look, just like a point of like.
You were doing better when you
my-
were just saying you were watching the graves. Gus, you kind of ruined it by throwing that last part on there.
ooh, my heart. Come on. Oh, okay, well.
Well, all right. What do you
okay,
preach
fair
about? Do you
enough.
preach about the Lord, or do you preach about snake oil?
I preach about snakes. I think snakes are a very important part of the Bible. So not oil, not Lord himself, but something just as important. So a
All
little
right.
different.
And she starts mixing up some lemonade.
See, what did I tell you? Quite a preacher.
Gus, can you hand me that clear white bottle up on that shelf there? I need to make this lemonade right. And you smell when you pull it down that it is some kind of liquor of some kind.
Ah, of course. Ah. Beautiful.
Yeah, just nod slowly.
And she mixes up the lemonade. It's about half full, and then she fills the rest of the half with the liquor. It's just a clear jug, and she just pours it down. And she corks the bottle, and it has no label or nothing. You can put it back up. I think we're good. Would you like a taste before I give it out and make sure it's not missing anything, Gus? And she hands you a wooden spoon with a little bit on the end of it.
Oh, don't worry. I was watching. You put the right ratio.
Albie, can you grab me some of those cups from up there?
Yes, ma'am. Reach up,
and
grab some cups.
For the little one, get a little cup, please. She don't look like she can handle this very. Like
Gabriel leans over to
I
Zebediah.
won't pretend I ain't no lightweight.
Gabriel's gonna lean over to Zebediah.
So
Just
Thea,
how strong are you on your no alcohol policy?
So Thea, where do you come from?
Well, she kind of stumbles a little bit, like, wooden family, but now I'm on my own.
And she takes your hand while you're talking to her, and she turns it over to its palm and starts looking at it. You can go on, keep telling me. And she starts running her fingers over some of the lines on it, really weird feeling, but, you know.
Did she take the hand that we cut or the hand that we didn't cut?
The hand you did not cut.
Hmm.
You got a long lifeline. That's a nice thing, right? You'd like to live a long time, I suppose.
Well, yes, that'd be good.
You got
Live a
terrible
long
family
time.
problems. I can see that coming. I don't know if you've hit them yet, but they're definitely on their way.
Ma'am, I believe they've already shown up, but probably more to be coming.
You can get a regular cup for her now. Then we'll just start her off. we don't need
Get her trained.
We don't need to be too soft on this now. She's gonna need it. So are you here? Because are you Thea? May I ask if you are with child? Is that why you all are here?
No.
No, I'm not currently with child. No.
Okay, well that's
I
one family
actually-
problem you don't have right now. Then, right?
We do have a
Why would all
child
of
with
us
us.
be?
We do have a child with us, though. Because don't we still have Thea's sister?
No,
No,
I thought
you
it
walked
was
her
the-
home.
Took her home.
Okay, we walked
Yeah.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, if you have the time, ma'am, I'd be much obliged if you teach me something about medical ways.
Medical ways? You mean about herbs and plants and how to use the soil to heal and things like that? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean those things like metal pins poking in your skin and
Well, I will take whatever you see right to teach me.
I see.
My auntie's already shown her a couple of things, but my auntie's not well at the moment.
And
Yeah,
she's quite the medicine woman. She was able to heal her up just fine after an attack. That's kind of why we're here.
Well,
That's part of the reason. There's several things going on that we're here about.
Let's take our glass into the table and we'll talk about it in there. I like to sit where I have some light and warmth. And you go into the other room where the round table is. The round table is covered by, it has a black cloth, and then over the black cloth is a white cloth on top, sort of like a doily with all kinds of fancy embroidery running all over it. In the middle of that, there is looks like a ball of glass sitting on the center of the table. All right, sit down. Let's drink a little hard and then talk about the problem. Then we can solve things.
I lean over to Albie. Last time I saw a ball like that was on what was her name? Nana Prusha's desk outside of Albane's.
Yeah. Different time.
So tell me about your auntie. I'd like to make sure that she's okay. She's really important to this town, you know.
There was an attack on her house night prior. She
A person or a
Theodosia-
beast.
It can only be hurt by this thing right here. And I pull out the silver dagger that I still have and put it on the table.
Just saying.
Bullets didn't even bullets made it stumble, but didn't make it fall.
Well, let me look at that. And
I
she takes the
watched-
knife and she puts the blade in one hand, holds the kind of holds it like that with the blade across the hand. That is a sharp little implement there, and it is silver. So there is definitely some magic in this thing. And she turns it over. Oh yes.
Is
Did she
the
implement
silver-
this? Did she put this to work?
She had.
She said that it would hurt it. Isn't that right, Thea? What you told me, that she said the dagger hurts it?
Yeah.
And she turns it over and stabs it into the table. Oh yeah, that'll hurt almost anything. It'll hurt something even like you, but it'll also hurt things that your other knives would not.
You seem to think better than any of us. Do you think you can describe the creature that we're dealing with in that situation?
Kind of like makes a face like, well, this creature has it's like a wolf type creature, but it's not the size of a deer. It has eyes all over its body, and it seems to favor us, Albie and me. It seems more intelligent than any animal I've ever laid eyes on.
You stared at it?
Yeah, but
Yes,
we already
ma'am.
talked to Auntie Pavati about it, and I pull out the talisman I have on me. She just saw it fit to make this for me.
That's a smart woman there. So you're the one that called it then, that brought it to you, to yourself, and now it's locked on Albie too.
Yes, ma'am.
So what did you do to bring this thing from the dark?
I heard my sister calling, and I looked back.
Oh, of course. Oh, okay.
Ain't her fault. Her folks never taught her better.
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good start. That little medallion there, that will hold its gaze from you sometime. I don't know how long it will last. We may have to look at some things a little more in depth. What about
Can we get rid of it? I mean, can we just maybe take care of it?
Is there any way
more?
to dispose of it? Yeah.
got any more silver?
Send it
Maybe you
back
can
to
make some
hell.
more silver weapons, and you can all have a stabbing at it if it'll sit still for you.
What about a silver bullet?
A silver weapon of any kind should ought to do. Yeah. Someone making silver bullets.
I know how to work a fire, and I know how to work a mold.
All right, that's resourceful. That's for sure. And she
But if you do make
drinks down her glass of lemonade.
I look over at Albie. Remember, I used to make our hunting bullets back in the day.
Hey, if you want to take a shot at it and you got some silver around, I'll take a couple bullets to help with it. But until then, that thing's got its eyes on me. I'm holding on to this blade.
Couple for you, couple for me, couple for Gus.
She
for that
brings
rifle
back
of
the
his.
lemonade, the pitcher. Any
Sounds
y'all
good.
want to refill at this point? Or are you milking it?
Oh,
I'm
yes,
milking-
please.
I'm milking mine.
Pours it down.
I've been taking a sip of mine.
Albie's was done the moment she handed it to me. Oh,
Just
yeah.
pours it in.
Yeah.
I look over at
Same
Albie.
with-
You know we got a long day, brother.
I'm just having
Same,
one
guys.
more for the road.
So,
right?
So what were you saying about the town being in, like things happening in the town?
Well,
Well, what you know about who has this? I look at the
I have
table.
the
Who has
staff.
one sick?
I have the staff.
Albie, if you be so kind.
Well, first off, a few days. How many days ago was it that we found Thea's sister floating in the air? Was that like a week?
Yeah, about a week ago.
Yeah.
A week, 5 days.
So apparently this didn't travel to them then, right? So none of this information. Well, I guess we'll see.
We don't-
But
oh,
We
no,
don't.
some
how-
We
mention
don't
this is-
yet.
Man, I don't know if you heard about 5 days, between about a week and 5 days ago, Thea's sister, we found her floating in the air. When we pulled her down, there was a spirit in her. I spoke with the spirit, didn't want to give her body up, took her to the church, try to force it out. That got a little crazy. But we did find out afterwards from Thea's sister that there are kids in our town that are going out to that old cemetery.
They've been howling.
And they've been using this thing. And who has the symbol, the other symbol? Somebody else has the papers. I just have the staff.
And when you pull
I think
that
that's
out,
Zed.
her chair pulls back right away and she slides it back.
So you know what this is.
I don't know what that
And don't
is
forget
at
the
the
candles
moment,
too.
but
The
I'm
candles
gonna
that we
look at
have as
that.
well.
Oh yeah, we each have one candle. We
We
took
all-
the
we
candles
each have
from the
these
kids.
candles.
We each have a candle.
And she comes around to where you are. Please do not touch me with that thing. I want to look at it while you're holding it.
Yes, man.
Touch
She,
what, the paper?
She kind of
Or-
looks around it.
No, the staff.
The staff. Well, that thing is not a thing of good, that's for certain. That is a staff of the dark of some kind.
Yeah, we've established that
You know,
much. The kids
I
been
got
using it to
possessed by
talk
one
to
of them.
ghosts.
So yeah.
They've been howling.
Yeah, they've been speaking with them spirits like I do, but they have to use a stick to do it.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with speaking with the dead, but why is this stick part of that? What does the stick actually do?
Well, they actually. So what the kids been doing, they bring the dead into them. So not only do they talk to the spirits, they allow the spirits entrance into their bodies for a question. You know, I explained the whole game, but of
66
course the
seconds.
boogers won't leave. And
Well,
then
that ain't safe. That is dangerous
It
game they're
isn't.
playing, that's for sure.
yeah.
Has anybody
man.
died?
Not that we,
that
not that we
actually,
know
well,
of yet.
yes,
no,
no, we do.
Carol.
One person did die. We do.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Carol.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the old man that the spirit jumped in from your sister.
Carol.
Yeah, that fell down the water.
That's Mr.
Yeah,
Carroll.
Carol.
That's Mr.
Yeah,
Carroll.
I think you said Sister Carol. I was like, I don't know about Sister Carol. but there's-
Mr.
This
She
is
died
Mr.
too,
Carroll.
but-
The old man that
Mr.
worked
Carroll.
in the hotel?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
Same one.
spirit
We,
jumped
we,
in
we, did,
him.
we did an exorcism, so thanks to the Lord, I look at a point like thanks to the Lord, we're actually able to get the ghost out of there. But it hopped into them, and then they took off and tried to. I mean, from what I
Left
hear,
him to the
actually tried
river.
to get them, but yeah.
They fell into
Now-
the frozen river.
Now, one other piece of information that we got: some of the kids said that when they do it, they feel pain, but after you do it after a while, you no longer feel pain. And they were calling the kids that don't feel pain the silent ones. Any idea what that might mean?
I've never heard of that. That is a new thing to me. I've heard of people being possessed, of course, usually by spirits or worse. But I ain't never heard of no one being possessed on purpose.
What do you mean, or worse? I'm sorry to interrupt. What did you mean by that?
Oh, there are worse things than the burgers we've been doing with
Demons.
out there.
Well, they're
Demons.
demons and
Things of the black.
yeah, there are beasts from under the mountain that are all in spirit form till they find flesh that they can get in, or there's some bad things.
Yeah. And then there's the Shanes. The Haints of
Yeah.
Shanes.
Now here, I got one other question for you. So this is the original staff, as you can tell by the way you sensed it. But apparently some of these kids have been going around and whittling their own versions of it. Now, is it possible that those sticks are going to have the same capabilities as this thing?
I suspect it's possible, but if they're not just the same, it might function, but it might not function in the way you think it's going to function. It might have broken functions, or potentially even weaken your ability to stop things. It may allow
Might
it
let 'em in,
more
but not let 'em
control or
out.
what have you.
So it could make it worse if they're using the.
It could, yeah.
So the good part about this ritual is it's not the easiest set of steps for them to use. Who has the paper currently?
I think did
Did I have
I
the
think
paper?
I had, or
Deb?
maybe I mean
I think
I had
Zebediah
because
did.
Deb
Yeah,
has it.
because I
Where's the
touched it.
last
I actually did this. Actually did it one time.
Zebediah,
I
do you
spoke
have
to
the
him.
paper?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. I take it out gingerly. I actually spoke to spur myself on accident because of this, but yep. So I show her the paper.
Yeah.
Well, this looks like a spell. Like it is
We were
instructional in some way.
Yeah,
We
from
were-
what we understand, you light the candles in this order, and then before the time runs up, somebody has to put the candles out in reverse order.
Yeah, but this is not. So yeah, this will. It looks like it will cause a possession, but it doesn't necessarily specify what kind of spirit. So you could be getting possessed by anything, not just a person's soul, a spirit, or whatever. It may not be a haint. It might be one of those things we spoke of that's even worse.
Well, the problem is those kids think they taught their loved one like they're, the pilots and the moms, something like that past, but obviously those haints are good about maybe pretending or being something else. So
And it
Yeah,
also
it's a problem.
shows you have a limited amount of time to put the candles out in reverse order.
66 seconds is what we were told.
Yeah.
it ain't a lot. Trust us on that.
But it don't say what happens if you don't.
Well, if we,
I think we know
so.
what happens.
Well,
now.
actually, I think I'll be.
It might
Yeah,
be
when I'll be talking to it.
permanent.
We've seen it happen.
we couldn't get it out on the boy in time, and it stayed in him for a minute. We had to trick it out, and then I was able to, and Zeb got it to come out into him. And then I spoke to the boy inside Zeb, and with Zeb's help, we were able to convince the boy to release possession. But we got lucky on that one. If these kids are picking up other things that aren't as friendly or willing to talk and understand things, then we might be having all sorts of problems in this town.
Yep, and that leads to the bigger thing where if they're already been taken over, because they knew when you already know when they possess, they know their memories. They were talking from me like I was still me, so they could already be
Thankfully, he was this dumb kid who thought he was speaking like an adult. Thankfully, that helped.
Yeah.
Look, I'm pretty weak and not very fast, and Ashley's quick as all get. So took me down real quick. So yeah,
A human train, I am.
We're working on it for you, Zebediah.
That's your new
By the
nickname.
way,
I'm saving that.
by the way, I do hope you like running for your training. By the way,
Now,
Oh, but wait, is there a way that we can maybe tell if someone is, if there is still under the thing of a haint or still possessed?
Oh,
Is there so we can?
Not in a way that I know of that makes it obvious. You'd have
Yeah,
to speak with them, and
yeah, if
we
we
could
were
be
on
doing
our way
things
to.
unusual. If it's when you get possessed by a spirit or something, they have their own interests that may be different from the ones you had, and that can lead to unusual behavior.
We were actually on our way to
You can
talk
say
with
that.
talk with my auntie when we saw that she had been attacked by what had attacked her.
these candles, do they have to use these particular candles, or can they use any candle? Because we took these in hopes that would at least reduce.
Well, it don't say specifically that you need to use these, but it seems like there's some magic in these candles that may benefit the use. I mean, the candles never. It looks like these candles will never go down, so they're
Yeah, they
always
refill.
available and ready to be used
Well.
for this spell.
Maybe there's a way we might be able to maybe I guess you could say dispel them or what have you. I got an idea. Maybe we could try later, but
We may not need to dispel them. What we need to figure out is if people can do the ritual without the candles. We already know they can possibly do it without this staff.
Well, I think
Well,
the
I think-
candles
I
are
think
there
the
to
big
make sure
thing-
that you can finish the ritual and get them out. I'm not so sure it's required to get them in.
See, this is why that when you and I were young and dumb, Albie, we still knew better than to mess with these things.
To me and Gus, you're both still young and dumb.
But what do you know about that tree out there? They told
Okay,
and I talk about the specific tree that this stuff was found in. Apparently,
The alder tree.
Old
this
alder
was
tree out
apparently-
by the old cemetery.
Yeah, that tree's been there for long before Gus and I were here. That
So
thing's
there's
hundreds of years old.
There's
Well,
a
I believe that
stone.
about you, but not about Gus. There's no way that tree's older than Gus.
There's
She
a
winks
stone
at Gus.
slab in
I'll
front.
take
Of,
that
might
as
be
a
true.
compliment.
there's a stone slab in front of that tree that actually has these steps and the pattern for them to walk on engraved into it
I
on
do
there
not-
also.
I did not know there was a stone slab under there. Has it been hidden or something all this time in the dirt?
Believe so.
So somebody brought it up or something.
That's my
Supposed
assumption.
to. Bad things are on the horizon, that's for sure. These things are not
Yes.
omens of good.
You think there's any harm in breaking that stone?
I don't know what that stone does, but if it is, there's always risk when you're damaging something that is magical in nature. But sometimes the risk is worth it.
If we showed you what it looked like, or if we could take you there and you look at it, do you think you'd get a better understanding of if it's dangerous to break it or not?
Well, don't need to take me out there. You said it's by the alder tree and it's been exposed, I can ride out there in the morning. My horse and I will get out.
Okay.
Be careful though. I mean, you know those kids might come back around there though. So I mean, I know you can
Afraid
handle
of
yourself just fine. But
teenagers.
yeah, but with the paint though, there might be more just teenagers like you just said. So that's all. But I know you can take care of yourself.
I would
You-
not go
you know.
unprotected.
If you ever need any protection, you know where to look. I kind of cross my arms.
Same goes for you.
I look
Gus.
around.
Except, of course, from any ladies chasing you. I'm not protecting you from that problem.
No.
There was another event that happened. Machard, a little foreign kid. You might remember him too. Him and his family died about 20 years ago in a fire.
Oh, the one down the street where the whole house burned down.
Yes, son.
What about that?
He's
Well-
back.
Who's back?
Machard. Well, it's
Bashar's
me.
back.
Boy.
Well,
And-
or the
boy,
spirit of
and
it was
his-
back. Something.
And his mother, I believe.
Well,
Or
this-
he thinks.
His mother.
Yeah. So I escorted Ashley and I escorted Thea and her sister there. Thea's sister had a crush on the boy. Am I right, Thea?
Your
correct?
sister could see the haint.
Well, no, here's
Well,
the
All
thing.
of us could. He's been
all
working
see.
at the Angry Rabbit.
The boy is working at the boy's working at the Angry Rabbit.
And the
When we
boy
went-
is still a boy.
Oh,
And then
Well-
when we went there to the house, there was nothing there. But when inside he was talking to nobody there, I reached out and I could see his mother. The spirit, they don't realize that they're dead. But I haven't quite figured out how he has a physical form at this point.
well,
What if? But if they've been calling
with-
spirits, so what if?
go on.
I'm sorry. Go
Zebediah.
on. Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, if you know these kids have been calling spirits, right? What if he's not a spirit that just took over completely? I mean,
Yeah, but
It's not too-
She points at Zebediah. He is a man of the spirit. I think he understands the situation.
none of the boys around here are missing though.
You sure
well, that we know.
about that?
Well,
There are a lot
Gonna
of
been
boys
a boy
around
from the
here.
next town.
You know what we should do?
Mhm.
We should go to the sheriff's office as much as I love going there.
Why would we go to that fool place?
Because people report missing children. If we can see, ask
You think-
around, maybe.
Hell, you and I even know she ain't gonna keep record of that around.
Well, we can always go over to the next town over and see if they have a record of it. If you don't want to deal with the sheriff. I mean, I don't really particularly enjoy speaking with him, but still, it's her. That's right. It's a her, right?
Yeah.
The
Yes,
sheriff?
it is.
Yeah. I don't particularly enjoy dealing with her, but I mean,
No,
there
we'll go
might be
deal
some
with it. We'll
information.
go. We'll go.
It is a
Might be
starting
some-
point.
And maybe if we can figure out where that boy came from, then it gives us a better direction on how to approach Machard.
and maybe we might be able to stop by maybe one of the churches too. Just to, I mean, exorcism, I mean, Haints. It's all connected anyway, so we can find some other ways to maybe identify. We can talk to some of them too if we just stop by there at some point.
I'm hesitant to just trying to do an exorcist on the boy. The
Oh,
spirit
oh no,
hasn't
no, no,
shown.
no. I mean, no, but I mean, like, well, in case we have to, but also maybe to see if that is the case. I mean, maybe there's something we can find out.
Yeah,
I mean, the
I
Lord
don't
works
want
in
to
many
press.
mysterious ways. So, of
Yeah,
course, no, I
my
get
thought
you.
was, yeah, I don't want to press the haint if it's being good at the moment until we can figure out what exactly is going on. Pissing off a haint when it's not angry can really cause some damage.
That is
I
true.
think we've seen that.
Oh, but
Yeah, we
you came
definitely
back
have.
from the war less of a fool than you did going into it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but thank you.
Fools don't survive. Fools didn't survive over there. Not long.
Yeah, that was a
Nobody
terrible
really
thing.
survived over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gabe, who's
Well,
been
well,
Gabe's
well,
been
but thank-
milking it just shit.
Yeah, but thank the
Even-
Lord that you two, and everyone else who survived did. I mean, because that was nasty, but at least I'm happy at least you guys came back. So
I appreciate the sentiment, Zeb.
I'm gonna have
I
to
appreciate
visit
the
the town.
sentiment.
I think. Ugh, gotta go see those people.
Yeah.
Well,
Thea,
it'll help
can I
that
see
everyone
you
know
for a
you're
moment?
alive.
I have a little library. I'd like to show you something that might assist you in your ways and maybe keep you off those pointy things, those needles and whatnot.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll be right back.
Mhm.
The two of them head upstairs.
I follow her.
So you said Auntie Bavati gave you some stuff to help you doing some healing, right?
That's correct, ma'am. She gave me a list of. She gave me a poultice she made herself. I used it straightway on her after the beast attacked, and gave me some other herbs.
Okay. And she goes over to a small library, a wall with a bunch of books. And she pulls out a book that's leather bound. Now, this is a book that I sense from you that you are going to do good things around here. So I'm going to give you a book that you can learn from and study from. And if it just feels right to stay with you, then you may keep it. You should keep it to the end of your days and pass it on to someone else. And she opens it up and says, in here there's information on how to use what the Lord made, what came from the green to heal and protect and ward off, sometimes inflict pain to things that are not of the world or properly of the world. I would be careful reading it too quickly because understanding it is as much as important as reading the words. And she hands it to you.
She takes it very gingerly and looks at the cover, and then opens like the first page.
Ariana
Okay.
Smythe is what it says, author. Written by Ariana Smythe.
And her name's Gazzy.
Yes.
Says Ariana Smythe. Are you related to her?
That is my great grandmother. I've added my parts to the book. I hope you add your parts. I did not have children, so you needed to find a home with someone that wanted to learn to do good. So you came in here asking, so it felt like you were asking beyond just the words. You actually seemed to be truly trying to do this.
And she just looks just floored, completely floored, just like,
You may add to it as you go. There are pages back there that have not been filled. It is an heirloom, but as someone without children, I got no heirloom. I've got no one to leave these things to. So I've been starting to pass out the things that are important, and this one is important. You think you can learn to do good around here?
she just steals herself, nods. Yes, ma'am.
I'll be here if you ever need anything. The horses won't bother you. I'll make sure that they'll, leave you alone. If you ever come without me, they won't attack you or nothing.
Would they have attacked us if you and Santa come earlier?
Oh, if you had tried to come past the road into my yard, there's a chance they might have defended if they felt you were a threat. Were any of you a threat to me? Because animals have senses beyond what we have. They know a threat when they see it.
Well, I'll.
They might have scared you if you weren't a threat. Huffed and puffed and all.
I see. Just on our face is just like a million calculations, and
So what are the family problems that you were working with at the moment?
My pa decided he didn't want to be my pa no more. So.
Well, that's because he ain't your pa. He might have found out.
This is the first time she's heard that, right?
Yes.
She just sits down like.
Yeah. Someone must have gotten his ear and let him know. That's too bad.
Well, do you want to know who my pa is?
I do, but I'm not the one that should be talking to you about this. I think that's a family matter now. But you are old enough to know that is not your father. Thank goodness, because he is a terrible man.
Yeah, well.
He ain't done nobody in that family right since he married your mother.
Is it someone in town?
Is it what?
Is my real pa someone in town? I mean, to be honest, I'm not welcome on the wooden property. It's not like I can go up to my ma and ask, oh, by the way, ma found out pa ain't my pa. Do you mind telling me who my real pa is?
You should talk to your mother. Your mother knows.
All right.
I think you need to have a conversation with your mom. Your mom should be able to enlighten you, assuming she gets away from your pa for a bit.
I think we can arrange something. I'm still like wearing the dress that is technically my mom's.
Your pa would not approve of that book, by the way. So be especially wary of that issue. He would potentially do damage to that, so you need to protect it.
Thank you. That's good to know. I wouldn't really throw it around in front of him, though. She is gonna thank you for trusting this to me.
You have a trustworthy face, and your hand told me.
Oh. Will the book tell me how to read hands, too?
No.
Oh. She looks a little disappointed at that.
Come around after you solve this problem that you have with the hands and whatnot, and I can teach you how to read a hand. It ain't that hard, but it does take time and it takes a lot of hands.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right.
I'll take good care of these.
Best place to practice is at a county fair, or if they have a romp or something in town, go there and set up little booths. So you'll read their future. Of course, you can make up whatever you want. Nobody cares they all think that what you're saying is true, and it may or may not be. But you can definitely learn to read their hands, and you can tell a lot about someone just from that.
All right.
All right.
Well, we best get back to the others.
May I get a hug before you go, since we are now sisters in this thing?
Oh, she's so awkward. She just kind of opens her arms.
And she gives you a hug, and she takes your awkward hug, and she pulls you into a smothering, tight, warm hug. What you were doing, that was like a chicken hug. Ain't nobody want no chicken hug. You need to learn to be warm.
Yes.
People are people, and they need love. All
I
right.
think her arms are pinned at this point, so
Yeah.
she just goes, yes, ma'am, I'll learn to give better hugs
All
too.
right, let's get downstairs. They're going to be drinking all that lemonade. You're going to be walking home with a bunch of stumbling boys on the way in a bit. She gets downstairs. She looks at the lemonade. It's probably mostly gone.
Look at Albie.
Ghost drank most of it.
As you come down, you see Albie pouring himself another one.
Just
I'm just
can
shaking
I
my head.
quietly put your hand down?
Well, y'all boys,
I
you
think
can come
that's
visit
enough, Mr.
anytime you
Albie.
want. You don't have to Leave me here until something terrible happens.
Look, I know you said it was gonna be a long day, but the day ain't getting any shorter. And I just continue drinking.
Albie raises
my-
his cup as well to you, Gus.
Well, I
I
hope your
believe that
auntie,
once my auntie's a little bit better, she would do well with the visit as well.
yeah, I hope your auntie does well and comes through without any scars. All right, let me get you out of here. She walks out, and the horse is just wandering around on the property.
Yeah, so we're leaving. Ashley had notably not been touching his drink, but once everyone's like gotten up and started moving away from the table, he throws it back.
Okay.
Yeah. Once Zebediah's back's turned.
What was that over there? Huh. What happened to your
say, hey.
All
glass?
right. Well, see you around. She walks you down the
Thank you
steps,
for your hospitality.
down to the edge of the road, and the horses kind of follow around. Where are you going?
To town, first things first.
You hear the train is hitting the bend and pulling into the station. It will be in the station before you get back to town, just so you know it's there.
Any of y'all waiting on anyone coming into town? 'Cause I ain't.
No, I have no family.
Not that I know of.
Makes two of us. Very
You
well.
get to, I assume, are you going to town? Where are you going to then?
I'm still, well, I think from town we're going to figure out where we're going from there.
All right, so you head to town. You see the train is in station. You cross the bridge, and you hear a horn as you're crossing the bridge. And you realize that is an automobile horn. And you see a car coming down the street, and it looks like it's not slowing up as it comes towards the bridge, and you guys are on the bridge.
If we get to the edges, is there enough of a midway for the car to pass through?
Yeah, I mean it would be tight. You might be risky. There are mirrors and
Good
stuff
enough
that
time.
stick out.
Do you have enough time to step back off the bridge?
Yeah, you can go back off.
Good.
And
Might want to
back
step
off.
back.
and there's this car that goes flying by you, and Thea, you realize that car is being driven by your sister.
What the hell?
And
Lexi.
you hear as she's driving by, I don't know how to stop. Boom, and
Running,
runs.
running,
Lexi!
running after it, running
We're gonna
after
run.
it.
It's
No, running towards the car.
Okay.
I just
Well, isn't
run, I
already-
run after it too. Lexi, what are you doing now?
What do I do? What do I do? I mean, it's not going super fast, but it's going about as fast as you can run. if
Turn
you
the
run
engine
quick.
off!
What do I do? How do I do it? I just
19
stole it.
19 for speed.
Scott.
19 for speed.
I was just say, Scott, is there any way any of us could like possibly jump on it as it's coming by?
Yeah, yeah.
What-
Ashley will try.
Yeah, I'll give.
I would totally try.
So would Albie. Albie would try
Any athletic
too.
person could probably take a shot at it.
Yeah.
That would
Ashley will
probably
probably do it.
19 on the die.
Yeah, that would probably exclude Thea and Gus.
Oh, that went out of my tray.
15.
Actually, Gus is very athletic. He's strong as an
surprised.
ox.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
gonna
surprised you're athletic.
That is, you may exclude Thea and Zebediah. That's
I got-
what exclude.
I got a 15. If that's not enough,
I got an 18.
I got a
Was
19.
this a question? Was this a might check or
It's a speed check.
Speed.
Speed.
Thea's speedy? Like,
Oh, all right.
and I got
Gabe
an
also
actual,
Gabe also knows how a car works.
Yeah.
I got an actual 20.
Oh, very
Do you know how? Do you
That
know how a car
comes
works?
across and you land head first in the front seat. You make it actually into the car. Thea, Gabriel, you land on the side where the standing
Where the
part
brake
is.
handle is.
Yeah.
Where the brake handle is. Yeah.
What did you roll, Albie?
I got a 15.
15. That is a miss.
I
It
also
goes
rolled a
past
15.
You. It goes past you. And what'd you get, Ashley?
18.
Ashley, you are also on the car on the other side. So Gus is on one side, Ashley's on the other. Thea falls into the seat, is actually inside the car.
Gabe's on one side.
And
Gabe's on
Lexi's trying to steer this thing kind of like in a cartoon where she's kind of doing this thing. But that isn't actually how you drive a car.
Down by your foot, there's a pedal on your left.
I don't know what.
Put your foot down on that. Your left foot. Put your pedal down on that, and then as
Mike,
soon as
move
you get
over,
in, she takes-
Lexi. Can I just shove her over?
Yeah, and then I
good,
slowly
yeah.
ease on the brake as she pops the clutch down.
All right, and she throws both feet down as hard as she can all at once. Can I get a might check from those that are hanging on? Thea, you just are thrown into the dash. But you slide her out of the
Another
way as
19.
it's happening.
Another 19.
Okay, so you're holding on, but you almost thrown from the car. What about you, Ashley?
I rolled pretty bad. I rolled a 4.
Oh, yeah, you were thrown from the car. You skid along the ground a little bit after you got off, and the car comes to a very quick halt right in front of you.
Miss Wooden.
How y'all doing?
Miss Wooden.
I think that's not come running up.
Yeah, I just
I'm running up
marched
to
up.
Ashley.
If I was asking for you, I'd be asking for you. None offense at this point. I'd be calling you by your given name. Miss Wooden, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what my question is?
I think I do.
What possessed you to do a fool thing like this?
I'm not possessed.
Literally.
Was it another Hank?
No. Don't try to play coy on this one. What possessed you outside of a Hank?
This is Uncle Jerry's car, and he's an idiot. He don't even know what this thing is useful for, so I stole it for Thea. She needs a car. She needs an automobile around
It's
here.
like facepalm so hard.
Gabriel's right there.
I'm gonna run up to Ashley if I
He
can.
came by. He's
Doesn't
such an
actually-
idiot, and he left it. He even gave me the key to put on the hook, and I was like, "Why would you give me it?" Oh my gosh, I'm destined to take this thing for Thea.
We got a car.
Yeah, you
don't
got an
have a
automobile.
car.
You just got
We're-
you got to like
We're
paint it
taking
or
the
something.
car back. We're taking the car back.
Oh,
Like-
oh, come on! It's an
We're
automobile.
taking the car back.
Uncle
It is an
Jerry,
automobile.
he ain't got no use for no automobile. He can barely walk around. He's always drunk, and he's gonna kill someone in this car.
Miss
Maybe
Thea, I
himself.
know
You
that you probably
almost
don't
killed
want...
someone in this car of all the fool away things that any youngin has ever done.
How old were you when you
Wow.
drove there the first time, Mr. Bell?
He's never driven. What
he
you
tilts
talking
his
about?
head, it's like,
He still
Back
hasn't
in my
driven.
day, we've never had cars.
Horse and
Not
buggy,
weird
maybe.
of tires or casings or any of this.
Oh. I mean, you could paint it and nobody would even know.
Miss Thea, I'm assuming you don't want to go back to
Laura
your
will
family
know.
home.
Well, the car should go home regardless.
I'm saying, but you don't have to be the one to return it. I'm happy to drive the vehicle back to your family's house from here.
Give me a minute with her.
And when you're sitting there with she, oh, hold on a second. She reaches in her pocket. I got you this too. And she gives you a poke, which is a bag.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And I open it. Is there anything in it?
Full
Money.
money.
It's a stack of bills. Paul, you know, he's hiding money in the walls too. I could not believe it. Not only are there floorboards I'm found that have money, the walls have money. So I think there's like $160 there. That should get you in good shape for a while. How much does how much do a house cost? You need a house, so how much one cost? Because I have goals now.
Really? What are your goals now, Lexi? Are we gonna
okay.
grab it? What, I mean,
Buy you a
you're saying-
house.
Lexi, I love that you're trying to help me out, but I'm not comfortable with you stealing cars from people for me.
All right, they can take the car back. I'll take the car back. All right, I'll take it back.
Oh, you ain't taking the car nowhere.
Yeah, you should let Gabriel, Mr. Crow, drive it.
All right. And she shoves the bag down into your pocket. You're gonna need that. There's no doubt about that.
Well, we're
Don't
certainly
worry,
gonna
there
need
was-
some silver soon. So
I mean, the stack you guys like this big, the stack in the wall, it just goes on and on. It's so much. It's crazy amounts of money. He won't. There's no way he'll know that it's gone.
We could take some of that money and trade it
Mr.
in for some silver.
That's
I'm
true.
already thinking about it.
Yeah.
look, Mr. Crow will drive the vehicle, and you're coming with, and I'm like gonna grab her by her ear.
Okay. The classic. The
Yeah,
ear grab.
yes. Did you say what did you say Mr. Crow's gonna drive?
The vehicle.
The vehicle? Okay. Just
Yeah,
Leave him
sure.
be, Albie. Leave him be, Albie.
And she gets
Better
out
than
of
your
the car
first attempt at
dragged.
saying it.
She gets out of the car dragged out by you.
I did pretty good my first time.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bell. I was just trying to help out my sister. Family is important.
Family is important, but you shouldn't be putting down other family just to support other family. That just ain't right.
Well put.
I'm going to back this thing up and turn it around while she's getting yelled at.
Ashley's just slowly
Sure, are
getting
you
up
okay?
from the
Yeah, 'cause
dirt.
I'll be helping you. No, I
Right.
went over to
Fixing
help
his
you. I said I
hat.
was running over to help you.
Well, I
So,
probably ought
are
to
you
go with
okay?
the car. They don't know I'm
Oh,
gone
she-
yet.
She's coming with the car. Gus, are you coming with me? With us?
Yes, making sure she's got her just desserts.
Perfect.
I'm gonna say loudly, yeah, guys. Ashley's fine, by the way. Thank you for checking on him. He's cool. He just
Oh, I
fell
knew he'd be
vehicle,
okay.
But
He'd be okay. He'd be fine.
I mean, I figured if Ashley
He's
was
gotten
hurt-
harder.
He's a
Who
young
would've
cop,
noticed?
and
He's gotten harder hits
Kevin
than that
Lang.
in the past 24 hours. What you
I've
talking
hit
about?
him harder than that.
I'm gonna.
I'll look
Yeah,
over
like
at
a
Ashley.
car hit him.
Are you actually okay?
Meanwhile, there was like rocks hidden in the dirt that's all scratched up his face. Like,
Oh no.
You-
Thea, you might want to take a look at Ashley real quick while I'm running your sister
no.
back.
Don't want to go anywhere. She jumps out of the car, comes over and looks at Ashley's face, checks him out to see, is it mostly
To
cosmetic?
surface.
yeah,
Cosmetic?
surface. Just from being like skidded across the dirt.
I can disinfect it, but it's not gonna. Just kind of open up my bag and like start like putting some, getting it cleaned up.
Yeah.
Staying a bit.
Yep, it's fine. Thank you. And like I'm very much like bent over to let you do this because I'm telling him.
She's like 5'3", 5'2". She's
Yeah.
not very tall.
Tiny.
She's tiny. Petite. Thank you for jumping in like that.
Well,
Now, Gus, if you'd like to throw the perpetrator back in the back of the car and hop in yourself, we can get this over and done with.
Very, very gladly. And I'm just gonna like escort her while I'm like grabbing her ear, and we're just gonna sit in the back while I'm
Okay.
holding her ear. Usually I'll do this like traditional style, like walking to the house while holding the ear. But
This
we're-
works too.
Yeah, exactly.
Being all fancy like with it this time.
I'm gonna lean on the car door. Lexi, does Mom ever come to town? Does Mom ever come to town?
Yeah, she comes to town every now and then to get stuff from the general store.
Do you know?
I mean,
what
it is
day she
Christmas
comes
week.
Down?
Are you coming for Christmas dinner?
I was probably not invited, to be honest. But I am trying to get a hold of Mom. So
Oh my! Of course you're going to come to Christmas dinner. I will make sure you can come. And if I have to, I'll take the dinner outside off onto the porch, and you can eat on the porch with me. And I don't care what Paul says.
I reach in and I squeeze her hand. I'll see you on Christmas then.
All right. Sorry, I stole a car for you. I'll try and steal only smaller things.
You be
Someone needs
careful
to clip
now.
that.
I mean, Papa's gonna notice that thing.
Clip that. Clip that, please, someone. It's the line of the line of the season right there.
All right,
Yeah.
tell the others I'm missing.
I start the intricate dance that is actually driving a vehicle from 1918. It's very intricate.
Yeah, idle, double
Movement.
clutch.
Yep.
Yep.
Up ahead of all y'all, you see coming out of the train station, there is just a throng of people coming into town. And she goes to you, Gus. Lexi, would you like a galwa? And she takes out the
thanks.
pack of cigarettes.
Hmm.
I can't smoke these things.
Yeah.
They taste so bad, but you might like them. You're old.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna grab the whole pack and just.
I look back.
Here are
Gus.
the matches. I can't take them. They taste terrible.
Well, at least you're learning something.
You smell a little bit like my paw right now. Yeah, that's the smell. All right,
We're
let's go.
driving back up to the wooden house.
Yeah.
All right, what are the rest of y'all doing while they're driving back?
I'm assuming we said something like we'd meet up at the Rabbit or something. I'm assuming what we talked to them about before we left.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, it works.
Did we?
How much time is that gonna? But yeah.
We might as well take some effort here. Did we want to stop by the sheriff's office, see if any missing kid reports?
Might as well.
Yeah, we should. We should go check that out.
All
Maybe
right.
it might be better if you ask Ashley. Sheriff and I don't necessarily see eye to eye. They might take it as me trying to. When I first came back, I tried to get a job with the sheriff, and well, she didn't really want to have me around. So if I'm over here looking into missing children, she might take it as me trying to upstage her. So maybe perhaps if you just ask, it might be better coming from you rather than me.
Ashley sort of blinks for a second and is like, I'll certainly try.
And you go through the throng of people. They're all it's like families coming into town and gathering, and just meeting up. And right past it, as you go after you pass it, is the sheriff's office. Who's going in?
I guess Ashley will be going in.
Just Ashley.
See you at the diner at the cafe.
Yep.
I don't think I'll be much help.
All right, you go in, Ashley, and the sheriff is there.
Sheriff?
Mr. Crane, how you doing?
Doing fine this morning. How are you doing?
Good. Looks like you got a busy day out there.
Yeah, a lot of families rolling on in.
Yep. What can I do
But,
for you?
well, on lines of families, I wish I had better things to be looking into, but we've been getting some S about anyone hopping on trains and such of missing children. Have you been getting any reports?
I did get something from the school teacher. She was saying that Avery Poitras has not been to class in a couple of days or a week. So I was gonna maybe head on out and check on that. I mean, it is Christmas, so it don't matter. They don't got no school right now. So maybe I'll do it in a couple of weeks after Christmas starts up.
And Ashley's lips sort of like disappear in his mouth as he's just nodding, hoping the mustache hides it a little bit. It's like, all right, and that's the only missing kid you heard of?
Yeah, you think he hopped a train? That would make sense.
It's always a possibility, those wandering feet.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sure you had it.
Yeah, he ain't got no parents. He lives alone, so why would he stay? It sounds like perfect. I'm heading out kind of thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids do that. Some kids get wanderlust and just want to visit new places.
Mm-hmm.
He could be working the mine. He is 14, 15 now, so should be able to take that on and get a real job. You don't need that stupid school stuff at that age. Nothing important going on there at that point.
All right. Well, it seems you, as I kind of glance out the window at all the people coming in, it's like, might have your hand full with all these families coming in, but
You might have your hand full with all those families coming in. That's your business.
well, once they're
over
off
there,
the
all those
train,
trains.
uh,
All right.
once they're off the tracks, it's all fine.
All right.
In fact, I get my usual days off in a couple days, so.
Oh, nice. I could use a day off. And she sits back, puts her feet up on the thing, and leans her head back, and she looks like she's going to go to sleep.
Yep. A lot of work to do as I start leaving from the front and just tip my hat. I'm like, Sheriff,
Mr.
close the
Crane.
door. And start walking towards the rabbit.
Okay, you go through the throng and you get to the rabbit, and the other two are there. Interestingly, Michard is there working.
Take note of that and go over to the table with Albie and Thea.
Yeah, Albion. Is it Albion and Thea? Or
I'm there
Albion
too, right?
And Zeb.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
three
all
of
three
them,
of us
right?
then, right? You said two. I think because I'm there
Yeah.
too. I was like, wait, where did I
Yeah,
go?
you're right. Three.
The three of them. So I'll go find the map. All right. Well,
My ass just locked on my shop. Oh yes.
Sheriff, lovely lady.
I'll get you a menu too. We got some new vinegar pie if you're interested. Made special. And he comes over and hands you the menu. I'll take you. I'll come back and get your order in a minute. And take a minute. And he goes back to
Everything okay?
the work.
Sound like you've seen a ghost or something.
You feel someone like just tap, just like smash your foot, Sep. Just like stop.
That hurts. I'm like, I'm just bored, man. I'm sorry. Just you okay? You look kind of upset. That's all. That's the reason why. Is everything okay?
I messed up my date with Thea somehow, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Lexi.
With Lexi, I mean, hi Thea, how you doing? How's Lexi?
Fine, thank you. She's I'm going to try to lie because I actually am inept at deception.
Okay.
So I'm going to say,
This would be good.
she, our instincts were right. She's a bit under the weather, and
Should I have my mom make a soup for her and bring her a soup? Maybe I can get a soup from here and bring it to her.
tell you what, you can bring me a soup and I can take it to her.
All right, I'll bring you a soup.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. What can I get for y'all? We got mincemeat pie. We got a vinegar pie. It's very interesting. It's like a vinegar custard. I ain't never tasted it. It sounds odd to me, but it's supposed to be tasty. And there's a berry pie. And what else you got? Squash pie and a squash pie.
I'll try the vinegar pie.
All right. Starts writing it.
Well, y'all can order whatever you want.
What about the rest of y'all?
I'll have an apple pie.
All right. Mr. Allen.
Oh, I'm not too hungry right now. But thank you though. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. But don't seem to have an appetite much right now.
And Mr. Crane.
I had a dirt pie earlier. I'm okay.
All right, y'all want coffee?
That I will have. Black, please.
All right, I'll
Yes,
just bring
please.
a pot. Look, there's 4 of you. There's enough. You can go
Bring
through a
some
pot.
milk and sugar too. Some of us aren't as hardy as Mr. Ashley here.
He brings over a pot with a plate with or a bowl with cubes of sugar and some cream.
Yeah. She puts she's 17. She puts a bunch of cubes in it.
Yeah. Back at the car drivers. So
I'm talking off Lexi's ear. That, look, if you want to help your sister, you should just do it through an honest, hard work. Even though your daddy knows absolutely nothing about that, you know what? Maybe I'll actually teach you how to do honest work.
I was thinking of getting a job at the sawmill.
The sawmill.
Is that hard? Is that honest work or not honest work? I don't really know what honest work is. To be honest.
Honest work, not honest people.
Apparently, my pa is one of the
He was just
owners
shaking
of the
his head.
sawmill. If I worked there, though, he would probably know. Oh,
You,
what
You
about the
want to-
mine? Is that honest work?
Yes, it is, but Given that your papa is the one that owns the sawmill, you're better getting a job there.
I don't like all the sounds there. I'd rather work. I guess there's a lot of loud sounds in a mine too, aren't there?
Mine ain't quiet either. Now, do you know what I did for a little bit of coin before I joined the army that helped out?
I could join the army. The war's over.
No, you can't. No, I would not recommend that.
But the
From
war's
I
over.
was through it.
All right.
Yeah, but those people in suits got a taste for what war does and what war brings in for profits. I ain't gonna be long before the next one. You don't want to be a part of that. Now, what I was gonna recommend you do, get good at figuring and offer to help some of the businesses in town balance their books. You can make a good little bit of extra coin that way. That's what I did before I went off.
Why are they carrying so many books around? They need to be balanced. They could do smaller loads of them.
Well, it's the books is just what they call where they put all of their numbers for figuring for later.
Oh, doing mathematics and whatnot.
Yeah.
Arithmetic.
Yeah.
I can do arithmetic.
Get yourself good at it, and I'm happy to show you how I used to do for it.
All right.
And there's a couple of places that people I used to help that I've not been around to help with anymore.
And
They probably need some help with it again.
She looks at Gus and stares at him for a moment. I don't think that's honest hard work. I don't think it's hard enough to be considered honest work.
I mean, so long as you're doing it to help people and not trying to line your pockets in the process, that makes it honest, doesn't it, Gus?
Yeah. I mean, honesty comes before the hard part. And honestly, you doing any work will be hard work.
That's true. I do not like working much. I don't even like doing my chores. I do them though, but I just don't do it without begrudging it.
Also,
It has
do
gotten me
yourself a
slapped
favor.
once or twice by my mom.
Next time your mom goes to town, tag along and figure a way to let Thea know.
All right, yeah, I can make sure about doing that. We got to get some of the stuff for the Christmas dinner, so I'm sure she'll be going to town this weekend.
Good. We'll make sure that Thea's in town for this weekend also.
And you pull up to the house.
And I literally pull the ear as we walk towards the house.
Oh my god!
Break the car, shut it off.
Okay. And there's a person sitting up on the porch with a guitar, strumming away, smiling big. Well, looky there. The little car thief has been brought home by the police, perhaps. Are y'all the police?
No, not police.
Oh, man, I was going to have her arrested. That'd be a good lesson, I think. Well, Lexi, I would like to thank you for bringing my automobile back. I'm sorry, Uncle Jerry. Y'all can get inside.
Can I get a vibe check on Uncle Jerry?
Sure. Uncle Jerry's an asshole. Your mom's gonna take care of the punishment. I already talked to her about that. So don't worry, it's coming. You can go on in. It'll probably start right away. And she nervously puts her hand on the doorknob or the door handle. I mean, all right, sorry, Uncle Jerry. He's like, honestly, I don't care. I think it was funny as heck, but it ain't your car, so it's got to come back. And I do not want to be here with your mom and pa much more than I already have to be. So I'll be on my way soon enough. I want to thank your captors, I suppose. So
Good Samaritans. Good Samaritans. I say as I toss the keys
he grabs
over his head,
Okay.
purposefully over his head.
He hits the house. I'll get that in a minute. He sets the guitar down and he comes down the stairs. I want to thank you, and he puts his hand out like for a handshake.
I take the hand.
It's a reasonably firm handshake and seems legit. And he puts it out to you, Gus.
And I like grab it. Hopefully
A
you
chunk
and your
of wrought
fa-
iron.
Yeah. Hopefully your family will have a better discipline for your children. This is the second time I've had to bring one of yours back here.
This family, they ain't no discipline and there ain't none coming. And I can't say I'm going to bring none either. I'm not a disciplined person myself. I'm a bit of a gambler. As a matter of fact, I am a gambler.
Well, a wooden here and through, I suppose.
So I want to thank you once again. I do need to get in because I've got to get the heck out of here. It is so boring sitting out here in the middle of the woods for so long. I cannot take another half a day out here. I do think honestly it was really funny when that car was gone. But I couldn't actually laugh around the house.
Well, thankfully you weren't in the way or even in town when you should have seen the big gom that's all in the town.
Yeah, I know she's been wanting to go and try and see her sister, and I suppose her temples failed, but you know she's gonna keep trying. That's for sure. That girl is heartbroken over her sister. What?
She saw her.
Oh, very nice. That's good. All right. Well, you might as well get on before her paw gets home. That will not be fun. I'll let him know that. Do you want me to let him know that you brought the car back, or you want me to say that Lexi brought
Just
it
good
back?
Samaritan. Just say Lexi. Just tell him Lexi brought it back.
All right. I'll do that then. Little white lie ain't no big deal.
Whatever whatever mom's gonna do is gonna be bad enough as is. Let her mom know that she brought it back also. If she ain't been fool enough to already rat herself out.
Yeah, there's some learning going on in there probably right now.
Yeah. All right, Gus, we gotta walk. Let's go.
Yeah, and like as we're walking, I kind of lead into Crow, and I'm like, yeah, I think she's better off without them. I never quite liked them as much.
I'm thinking the same thing myself. If only there's a way for us to Lexi out from them also.
And you take the long walk all the way back to the Angry Rabbit.
All the way back.
And as you're going in, there's a man who gets there just the same time as you. He's got a coat on, a seersucker, and he opens the door for you. After you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Mighty neighborly of you.
Thank you kindly.
He goes in after, and he goes and sits at the bar of the diner.
Also, like as we're walking, I just want to be like, okay, would you be able to teach me how to drive one of those vehicles?
We'd have to get one first, but I'd be able to show you how. It's not the easiest damn thing on the planet, but it ain't no harder than working the main doors at the mine, getting the flues working right.
I don't know what it is. There's something just not right about them. It's a whole type of mess. But I guess all unions know how to operate them automobiles.
I know that I knew because of the army. I don't know if Albie knew. I don't know if he knew after I left, but I don't think he knew when I left. He might have learned it afterwards, but Albie might know how to drive one. I think that might be it for knowing how to actually drive one of those things.
Hold on one moment.
Hey, you guys back? You guys are coming in, right?
Yeah, we're coming in.
Yeah, we're walking.
Yeah. So, yeah, we make our way back towards y'all.
How'd it go?
Lexi brought the car back all by herself, didn't she?
Sure did. That's when I saw her drive over the bridge, turn around, and drive right back up.
Ain't that correct?
She'll be a fine young woman.
It's amazing that she learned to do that on her own. We had to learn overseas. The military taught me towards the end of the war when things were getting packed up and sent back.
Yeah. When
You
they
know
gave
how
me
to
that
drive
order.
one of those vehicles too?
Probably not as much experience as Gabe, but I learned a little. We had to turn around and move things around when we were coming back.
Yeah, they had me do they actually had me do most of the driving for my transfer once they gave me my notice after to go when they sent me south. They actually had me drive. Not when you're driving around German mines.
Hey, that's still fun. No, it's not fun. I'm just kidding.
And
It was an experience.
Machard brings over pies to those who had ordered. Coffee's already on the table. Oh, would the two of you like some pie also?
I would greatly enjoy a piece. What all do we have on offer for the day?
We got mince pie, we got berry pie, apple pie, vinegar pie.
I would love. Go ahead, Gus.
I'll take a vinegar pie.
I would love a piece of mince and a piece of vinegar, please. It's been the start of a day.
Okay. You get pies brought over. And Gus, you notice that next to JT Fields, a woman comes in and sits down, and you know that to be the clerk of the town, who is a love.
Okay. So it's what's
It's
their
Ambrosia
name?
Love is her name.
Okay, Ambrosia Love.
Yeah, she is the town clerk.
Is she the other sister, or is she
Yes.
just a part of the family? Okay.
She's the slightly younger sister to Jennifer Love.
Would I recognize her since I work for the mines as well?
No, she doesn't work in the mines. She works in town. Works
Was
Okay,
Ambrosia,
files papers, manages papers, what have you.
was Ambrosia any friendlier than her sister?
Ambrosia is definitely friendlier than Jennifer, but from what you know, she's kind of shy and standoffish.
Okay, cool. We would say that. Okay, well, birds of a feather.
You get your pies and your coffee and have all the time in the world.
What time of day is this at this point?
I'd say it's after. It'd start getting late now. It'd start turning into early evening.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I might be going home tonight to talk with my sister.
I'm going to be going back over to my auntie's and checking up on her and making sure she's in an okay position.
Dude,
I don't mind checking up on her as well if you need
I will
some more
shoot your
company.
kneecap right here, Gus.
This is good pie.
well, you might have to put it with Mr. Bell because it'd be a good idea for me to check in on your auntie.
I was going to ask if you'd be willing to come and do so I appreciate that. If anyone else wants to, wouldn't mind, I'd rather just be myself and the two of them. I'd appreciate another soul there with us as well. Just in case that thing comes straggling back around again.
A
Well,
living
it
soul.
won't be.
What's up?
A living soul.
A living soul.
Well, it
Right.
won't be me because right now that thing has an eye for me, and if I go there, I might be the one bringing it there. With Thea
Yeah.
protected, it may avoid her, may come looking for me. So,
Well,
So,
I am a
I've-
pretty
I have
good
a
shot.
question. Two questions for Scott. I had the list up a second ago. There is a hunting in game store in town, correct?
Yep.
And that is the other crows, the not
Yes.
my crows. Okay. I think one of my aunties is actually married into that family. I think. Let me double check. There's so much family. But yeah.
All related.
It feels like it. Would they still be open at this time?
Maybe. I mean, a lot of the small businesses, they live where the business is, so
I'm gonna make my way over there. Actually, from here, I'm actually gonna make a quick stop, real quick, over by, and it's Fox and Crow, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I'm looking it up right now. It is Fox and Crow, leather, feather, and hide.
Yeah. And yes, one of my aunties is married into the Foxes. That's right. Okay.
Before you go over there, we should figure out where everybody's going. You said you wanted an extra person to go with you. Maybe Zeb?
Again, between Gus, Theodosia, again, for both Ash and Zeb, if either of you, both of you, don't matter much to me, I would just prefer an extra set of eyes there for the night. That's all.
Well, that's not very nice, Gabe. What do you mean neither one of them matter much to you?
So, with practiced ease and grace, I want to smack the back of his head.
Albie just lets it happen. Yeah, all right. You matter to me, guys.
It's
Both
smacked.
of you matter to me.
All right. So,
Well, I
Before
don't
we-
mind
yeah.
gracing Lady Pavati with my presence, so I'll be happy to. Plus, Theodosia.
You were already
Is
counted,
in my
Gus.
care.
Don't worry, guys. You was already counted, which is why I was speaking to Ashley and Zebediah. So again, one of you, both of you, I'd appreciate the company either way. Plus, someone needs to keep me from shooting Gus.
That sounds like a me job.
I appreciate the company then.
Miss
Now then,
Sharper.
as I take a... Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I don't like any of us being alone with that thing running about. So maybe we should pair off.
Zeb can go with me. Zeb, you want to go with me when I go question my sister? You might be a
Yeah.
voice of reason I might need in a moment.
I was actually going to recommend
No,
just for that
definitely.
occasion.
You know, you're good with them
I mean,
words.
Someone has to
no,
be.
but that'd be fine. I mean, are we okay with just letting this one though? Just, I mean, that just, I don't know, it just rankles me that there's something like that kind of about. But yeah, I can definitely go with you.
So Zeb and
Before
Albie
that,
are
though,
going
let
to
me-
Albies. Where are the rest? And then Gabriel and Thea and
Ash.
and huh?
So I
The
think...
rest,
Yeah, the rest of us are. Yeah.
Okay.
Before we go, because I never
Before we
got to
go,
say
Yeah, go,
what
you
I
go,
learned from
you
the
go, then
show. I was
I'll
like,
go.
so the sheriff is a nice lady, and then it just cut off.
We can start some more.
nobody wanted to hear that conversation. What do you mean?
Yeah. That was totally not literal. All she had to say was just say Avery was reported missing from the schoolhouse, but like possibly a week. The sheriff said she might look into it in a couple of weeks from now.
That
So if
sounds
we wanna
like the
learn-
We're
sheriff.
gonna be dead
Yeah.
in a couple weeks.
That sounds like the sheriff.
So I guess if we want to know about missing kids, you may as well talk to the school lady.
Margaret,
Did they say,
I'll
how,
talk-
did they
I'll
say how
talk to
old
her.
Avery was, or just the
About
just the name?
14.
Oh, 14. How-
I look
Yeah,
over at
how
Machard.
old is he?
How old does Machard look?
14, 13,
Yeah.
14, something like that.
I look over at Gabe and I go, "You want to talk to the school teacher, Gabe?"
Oh, I'll shoot your kneecap out too.
I mean, I noticed the other day when we saw her at the bar.
You can't tell me
Oh,
there's not a
kneecap's being
semblance. You can't tell me there's not a semblance.
Similar to who?
I will, Albie. I swear by everything I hold holy.
I can.
Look.
Thea just slowly like raises her hand. I can go talk to her.
Yeah, I was giving.
I
No
put
one
my
needs to
arm
talk to
around
her.
Gabe and I'm like, look, take it from me in my old age. If you don't take your shot, you're never gonna.
He's
you're
not
never
talking
gonna
about
hit.
those kneecap ones.
All right. So
Gabriel, we all know Gabriel. You ain't about to shoot someone not to kill those. Come on now, don't be joking. Don't be messing like that.
Oh
Come
no,
on.
I was going to train you that way. I know exactly how to shoot without killing someone.
So
Ooh,
Albie and
well.
Zebediah going to Albies. The rest of you are going
Yeah.
to antibodies.
But before before that though, I'm gonna get up though, and I'm gonna go over to the shop. And as I'm walking over, me humming just the in the shadows of the cross and hear my daddy singing. It's kind of brought the back in the mood for it, so we kind of humming that as I go over to him. And I'm just gonna say like, hey, something. Don't worry about her sister over there. Like I'm sure you'll smooth things over.
Oh no,
What
I got
wanna
the
do
soup
too-
coming. I got the soup coming.
Yeah.
She asked me for the soup. I asked him. He's gonna make a pot for her. She's got to bring the pot back after she's done.
Yeah, well, so while we're talking, I want to use my one of my player intrusions, and my idea for it, because I can use one without any XP. My idea for it is to be able to find a tell that he's possessed someone. Like if I can see a sort of tell from like the spirits, from like the snake or something. So that's what I was kind of aiming for with the player intrusion with that.
All right, so he's Lexi, I was bothered by not being her staying for lunch, so I do got soup coming for Thea, and I am hoping that that the soup will be a nice thing, like an apology. My mom, she said that it was a little bit, I don't remember the word she used, uncouth, to just leave a lunch party, but I told her that they didn't realize how far out there we lived. She told me that Albie there said that the house burned down, and like, I don't know what that all means and stuff, but we've been living there for a long time, most of my life. I mean, not all of it, but
I mean, you never yourself. I mean, you never experienced any fire yourself. I mean, you know that terrible things, but they do happen every now and then. You never remember the house. Maybe maybe a little fire or something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, we never know how long we're gonna be here, so we need to like take our best shot. If you really like somebody, you gotta take your best shot while you got time here. Some people like work in the mine and they die young. I could die young. Who knows? It could be bad all around it for things. I am.
Yeah, and then I mean, because you're right. You don't know how long the Lord has blessed us with living. So we do gotta take our shot, but definitely for the living to do. I mean, sometimes though, like you said, sometimes when you die young, I mean, you gotta kind of move on though. I mean, it's what the Lord wants. Otherwise, you might be fixing to bring down the wrath of the Lord down upon you if you choose to go against that. But
And his face goes kind of dark for a moment when you talk about bringing the wrath of the Lord and stuff. And I definitely don't want that. I don't want the wrath of the Lord on me.
oh, no one does. I mean, you've read about it. You've heard about it with right now, like.